I like Atlanta in a teaser.
Yeah, Atlanta down to 1.5. I'm going to take San Francisco up to 8.
Can we take the Falcons down to 1.5?
Rob just did that.
We just did that approximately 4 seconds ago.
Did we really?
The Pat Mayo Experience.
Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience presented by Underdog. Play Underdog. Code Mayo at Underdog. Get you some free picks, deposit bonus up to $1,000, and any $5 pick'em entry will guarantee you $100 in bonus funds, win or lose. So check that out. NBA's back, isn't it, Rob? Without any controversy.
Absolutely not. I'm sure all the people who lost betting the NBA last year are not going to use this to their advantage to be claiming money back from sports books and things of that nature. We got to wait for the full story to come out, obviously, and see, what the depth of this entire thing is. But yeah, that's something to wake up to this morning for sure.
Cam, have you seen the Rozier stuff? Have you seen the Billups stuff? There's also an assistant coach on the Jailblazers who's implicated in. They're two separate. They seem to be two separate things. They were all arrested by the FBI early on Thursday morning. The Rozier stuff sounds like it's based on market manipulation of like prop bets, where the Chauncey Billups stuff seems like he was playing an illegal poker game.
Yeah, with Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah.
Remember Gilbert Arenas whips out a gun on a plane. What, you got a full house?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't.
No.
I'll tell you one thing. I would not, if I saw Gilbert Arenas like at a casino or a blackjack table, I'm just slowly moonwalking out to the next facility, wherever. I don't care if it's a county over. Like, I got to tell you, Pat, like with Donaghy and the Clink and all the other shit that's gone on, does any of this stuff surprise you? We knew these things were kind of going on for years, but in today's world, you can kind of figure it out. Before it just kind of, got swept under the rug. I will say this, out of all the sports, in my opinion, like the NFL's got its issues, but the NBA by far is the most corrupt. That's my opinion.
More than like lower league international soccer?
Well, not like sports where like people like, good call. Like soccer where like referees are dead at the end of the match and stuff. Yeah, like that's the thing. Rob, Italian soccer too when they're playing behind the curtain. But I'm saying out of the big four, would you not consider basketball the shadiest?
I would say Russian table tennis would be up there.
That's the best. We're betting. This is being played in Igor's basement. And I'm like, wait, this guy's what?
Lights go off mid-match, comes back on, the score is completely flipped.
You're watching, the guy's got like a mask on and shit. What they switched? Who are these guys? Are they robots? No, right. You're right, Rob. I remember these books were offering Russian table tennis. I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, I wanted to bet it for fun. I'm just like, what do you do? Just fucking throw a dart?
Well,
Igor Dimitrov? I don't know who you take.
I mean, the fact that you could bet it and watch it immediate on the sports book back in the day, immediately people are going to bet it. It's just like such a quick type of win. But nowadays,
virtual horse racing and all that other shit.
Oh yeah, crazy stuff. Virtual horse racing was, I don't know if you know how those were built. They would take real horse races from the past. Like they had just have a database of all these horse races from the past and they just animate.
That's amazing.
Ones. Yeah. So it was an existing horse race that happened at some point in 1994. You have no idea what track or whatever, and it just became animated.
Did they have the one where the guy was going to win the rainbow like $20 million at Gulfstream, and Esmil Jaramillo like rolled off his horse before the finish line?
I don't think they're constructing virtual horse races with the ones where the jockey falls off the horse.
Yeah. There's a ticket guess for the pick six.
That customer service doesn't want to deal with the guy who emails in being like, "What the hell? My virtual jockey just fell off of my virtual horse. What's going on here?" Customer service nightmare.
You got to watch this race. I should send it to you. It's like one of the biggest shit shows I've ever. And this guy had like a 9-length lead, no traffic, no rail, just gone. See ya. I'm gone. Like they had a ticket alive, and this guy was going to win shitloads. And I think he ended up suing Rob. I don't know the whole story, but anyway, it was the biggest bunch of bullshit that like it was actually like horse racing had enough problems, and this one just put the icing on top of the big cake.
Okay, so Rob, we don't know the full story here. The details are just kind of breaking, but just let's say this is true. We don't need to go too far on this. What do you think this means, if anything at all?
First and foremost, I mean, people are going to disagree with me on this, but it kind of means, especially in the case of Terry Rozier, that regulated gambling is kind of working. I know people will be like, "Oh, what the hell are you talking about? Guy just got arrested for market manipulation." I mean, the reality is now that these sports books are taking all of these bets on bench players, SGPs, all that stuff, once they start to see that liabilities are building up on specific types of players, it's actually pretty easy to investigate and prove if something shady is going on. So takeaway one is at least it was able to be caught. Now it's probably still happening in some other instances overall, but that's the first thing. The second thing is, I mean, I wonder what's going to happen with these types of, I'll call it like quote unquote micro bets going forwards. Wonder if the leagues will start to say to sports books, like, we don't want you offering, 100 different props on like all these bench players and players who are playing 10 minutes a game. And so maybe you can't SGP them anymore. So I think over time, we will get to a balance point where only certain things can be offered. But, to Cam's point, the NBA, like one player, you saw it with the Jonte Porter situation. All he's got to do is tell someone, bet unders on me today. I'm going to leave the game early. It's that easy to kind of manipulate the game. So it's kind of a scary practice, I guess. But, people are going to think it's way more widespread today, I think, than it actually is.
You're right, Rob. I think you're absolutely right. But another thing, too, that's really frustrating is, say a lot of people just like one prop, like, they circle props, Rob, when that idiot like went to the one, it was like a college baseball game, and there's so much crazy action on a game that was basically, it's like, why the hell? Like, we've never had like 1/50th the action on this game. Flags, woo, woo. But the thing is, sometimes just a lot of people and sharp people, Rob, I don't play as many props because the minute they're put up, a lot of guys who have databases are very smart guys. They hit it, and the props are very sharp. They're always on the number or around the number. But isn't it just human nature? Sometimes guys are going to have crazy amounts on one guy because he's kind of on fire or something like that's the whole thing. It's a very complicated, complex issue.
Yeah. So I remember with the Jonte Porter situation, DraftKings, I think, said that they had something like a multi-million-dollar liability on his like rebounds under, 3-pointers under, and people were parlaying them all together. So it was pretty apparent in those instances what was happening there. I think the Rozier stuff, I think people have pointed out game tape in the past where down the stretch he's like really rushed to hit a layup at the buzzer with like 4 seconds left, stuff like that. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not an idiot. When there's money to be made, people are going to find a way to try to manipulate it in some capacity. You would hope that it's not happening in pro sports, but every now and then there's going to be a bad apple or a player that's going to see some sort of opportunity to do it. Now with regulated gambling, hopefully it's a little bit easier to catch because, we don't want this being widespread, but the reality, Pat, is I think this is not going to deter anyone from placing a bet going forwards. People are just going to be like, whatever. And they're just going to move on tomorrow and bet the NBA just like they were today.
Will you bet the NBA tonight, Cam?
Yep, I will. Yeah, no problem. Go Raptors. Didn't have to worry about guys with that game. They kicked the Hawks' ass. That was great, right, Rob? It was fun. I didn't see San Antonio, man. I'll bet the NBA. I got to say one thing though. I'm a guy that's kind of old school, and it's weird, Rob, you're good because like you play. A lot of people now in the world, I'm a different guy. I play sides and totals and like maybe a couple props, but I would say the majority of gamblers now, especially in the association, play player props. I don't even think they look at sides and totals as much as I do, but I grew up betting, I think this team's going to cover the spread, or I think this team's going to win on the money line. But the newer, younger generation of player are all about props, and that's what this is all about.
Props and in-game. Like sometimes they don't even wait they wait till the game starts now. Yeah. I couldn't even imagine doing that when I was younger, not placing a bet before the game. Now there's people who are just like, you know what, missed the start of the game, I'll place an in-game bet. But that's the way it is. I also noticed there, Cam, that you did a sound effect for the Hawks and you chose not to do one for the Raptors, who were the winning team.
I don't know what to do for it. Rob, I got to be honest with you, this 60-second shit, I got no more game anymore. Like, I've tried the sound effects. People are like, get better. I can't. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, because you started at 100, man.
Yeah, I know. I got to be like that kid at Bob's Burgers with that synthesizer that has like noises, put it together in a clip and just hit a button. And then you guys go, wow. And then I'll add a few things to it with my voice, with the computer simulated voice. Basically, I need to cheat.
We need to get him a soundboard, Pat. We got to go back to like the E-Bombs World days and get Cam a soundboard of all these sound effects.
Like birds. Hey, you hit sound of bear, sound of moose, sound of fucking snake. Like, you know what I mean? All sorts of like stuff. Like, I need more sound effects. I can't do it myself. It's too hard.
If only every team was like an Arnold Schwarzenegger line, then we could use E-Bombs World, Rob.
I know those were the days. Him, Jack Black. There was a few back in the day, but. Yeah, I mean, Cam, you learned the lesson the hard way, man. Like stand-up comedians, they don't come out and use their best material in their first show. They build it up. You come out at like 40%.
I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm a fucking moron who makes football picks. So there you go.
You know what? Put it this way. You're choosing to dwell on the negatives. I'm looking at the comments from last week's episode. People love the fastest 60 seconds, Cam. Don't be deterred by a hater or two.
Yeah, it's okay. No, there's no haters. I'm hating on myself. I'm just saying I can't do 5 different fucking birds. Like I don't know the difference between an eagle, a seahawk. Cardinal's different. Like he's a little guy. Like a blue jay, same thing. Cheep. Like, like their size and terror levels of birds. I'm gonna have to work on this to get better, and I just don't have the fucking time to do it.
Would it help if someone put together like an MP3 for you of all the sound effects that these birds do make, so that way you could like listen in the shower, you could do whatever you want to do, and you'd learn them
instead of actually spending time with family or my girlfriend. I'll just study fucking animal noises so I get better at my job.
Put the college game on mute on Saturday, spend an hour listening to the tape, and then.
All right, I got one for you. So here's one that you can emulate. I hope I don't blow out the microphone when you can do it. And I haven't tried to make this sound in like 20 years, so I don't know if my throat can do it anymore after so many cigarettes. But here we go. You can have the I guess the Eagles would probably be the best one for this, but you could go. Sorry.
That was a good one.
I can't do the high pitch
but that's
anymore.
not 60 seconds. I got to think about, other teams and this guy and I. Like if the bird's all right. Like I need a different horse too. My horse is all the same.
Yeah, the horses are all the same.
But sorry, Rob. At least I'm doing. Some people can't even do one. Fucking let alone like a whole fucking slate of them.
I'm not. I'm not complaining.
Please be
supportive. I think it takes skills. No. It takes. Are you joking me? How many people could do that 60 seconds? Less than 1% of the population. It takes a lot of skill to pull that off. I'm just saying, maybe a little variation over time.
Being very nice to me today. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't accuse me of stealing the mug I'm drinking out of just yet.
Just because I do doesn't mean you don't. So I'm not going to put you in my kleptomaniac club. I don't know what the sound effect is for that.
Viewers of this show do not need to worry about kleptomania. If they watched last week's show, very good. As an overall unit, I went 3-0 last week after you guys carried me for a few weeks. Cam, you were 1-2 because the Broncos let down both you and Rob.
I was 2-1 last week. I had the Eagles and Lions.
No, you had the Jets and Broncos.
Yeah,
what?
Unfortunately, I can confirm.
You did have the Eagles. We swept the gold picks. That was good. And Rob was 2-1 because Denver let both you guys down.
I did another show, and I always use the same. I thought Denver was my only wrong. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I did better than that. I apologize.
It's funny because you were yelling at Cust on the Sunday live show that we did together that the Jets fucked you.
Oh, they fucked me in like my regular betting, but I didn't know I had them in minerals. But I did have the Jets last week, and I'm almost embarrassed to admit it.
That's not bad though. 3-0, 1-2, 2-1. That's a winning week. We're all over 500 for the year. A stark contrast to this point last year. We won the teaser again. We're 5-2 on teasers. I think that this is like the peak of the show.
No, we could do better, Pat. I expect more.
We're
on a good roll, but I think we can do even better. I really do.
Let's try it out this week with the gold picks. Does anyone have something they would like to nominate first before I throw out my gold pick?
So I did read your newsletter, Pat, where you put the picks in, and we're on a lot of the same stuff this week. So I'm playing the danger game, I think, at this point. I don't know what your strongest stuff is, but I know what your stuff is. And there might be a lot of overlap, and because of our rules, I don't know. But I'll give you honestly, I'll give you the honor. It's been working so far this year. I don't want to mess around with what's worked.
It's true because your gold picks are been off the charts good. It's my silver picks after you pick that have been my best picks. So I will try to find the best line on this right now using the SharpStack app, 4for4.com/Mayo. I use code Mayo50, get 50% off and a free week to try it out. I'm just using the odd screen. There's the bet tracker, the ARB tool, the prop screen. It's all up there. So you can go use that for a week. See if you like it. Code Mayo50, get 50% off the monthly plan. Do we got a 13.5? No, good Lord, it's up to 14.5. Indianapolis -14 is my gold pick.
Okay. I actually think that the number is a little bit too short as well.
Yeah, it's no thank you on the Titans. They're just dropping balls for no reason now. The quarterback. That's like a play that they have.
The thing is, they played fucking great for a while. I'm like, oh, here come the Titans. And in 5 minutes, they're down 18 points. It's like, I've never seen anything like it. Like they just have these, like they're epic meltdowns. They're not just meltdowns. It's like, what's happening here?
You
Like,
know
it's fucking
when
weird.
you know when other teams fire their coach, they get like the coaching bump in one
Mhm.
game. The Titans got the coaching bump for 4 minutes.
Yep.
And that because they're so shit that they can't get the full game of the entire coaching bump. They suck, man. Like they have no receivers. I don't know if Ridley's going to play this week. Still too early to figure that out. But like he drops balls like crazy, anyways. They lost Jeffrey Simmons on the defensive line. Like that's the only person you really game plan for on their defensive line nowadays.
And Snead looks like he's going to be out in the secondary too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
a
like
problem.
Arden Key missed last week. The Colts are going to score at will in this game, and it just comes down to like, are the Titans equipped to mount some sort of comeback or stay within the number? And I just don't value that offense very highly right now. So yeah, I made this game like around 15.5, somewhere around there. So I like the Colts too, Pat.
All right. There we go. Cam. And the thing is, if you take the Colts, you don't have to take your shirt off during the fastest 60 seconds. If you don't take the Titans.
I got to come up with the Titans are
Just stop.
they're
You
bad.
could just stop taking the Titans, who never cover.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good tip. You know, in life, it would be a very strong piece of advice. I don't want anything to do with this fucking game, to be honest with you. Rob, can you go ahead of me, please? I'm still thinking.
Yep. Yeah, I'm also still thinking the
Thinking is a
preparation.
strong
Yeah.
word. I'm not really thinking. I'm just kind of.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm gonna have to X out the Colts now. I'm looking at 5 different potential games, and I will settle on the Carolina Panthers getting 7.5 as my goal for this week.
Wow.
I'm on this one too, Rob. So I guess you and I are. Cam, I think Rob and I are becoming you this week. I like a lot of really crappy teams as underdogs.
I usually do too. And like when I get off that system, bad things happen, but there has to be teams that are banned. Tennessee being one, and Tim's Jets are very close to the banned list. Very close.
Yeah, there's some horrendous teams around. I get it. I mean, Buffalo is going into the year, thought, big time Super Bowl contender. Probably, if you asked me about this 4 weeks ago, I'd be interested in laying the Bills at this price. But Carolina has one thing working for them on both sides of the ball that I think really works for them in this particular matchup. If you adjust for quality of competition this year, I think the Panthers have had the best running game in football, and they've had the best run defense in football. Both sides of the ball, I think they're running the ball better than anyone else. And if you look at the way to beat the Bills, not only can they not stop the run, but they kind of invite the run. Like they want teams to work downfield in the running game and not give up big passing plays. I think Carolina, regardless, Dalton starting here doesn't make a difference for me. They're going to run the ball effectively on the Bills, especially if Daquan Jones is still out, which it seems like he's going trending that way. Other side of the ball, I mean, the Bills have Josh Allen, but they seem to not realize it because Joe Brady, their OC, also just wants to run the ball at will. And Carolina's had a very effective run defense this year. Getting Derek Brown, who was injured last year, back this year has made a huge difference for them. So stylistically, I like the matchup for Carolina. Buffalo has showed me nothing this year where I would expect them to win by margin in games. Can they, flip a switch and do it? Of course they can. They have Josh Allen as their quarterback, but I don't think the Buffalo Bills are very good right now, at least not elite as people thought they were going into the year. And I like the matchup for Carolina. So I'll take the Panthers getting the hook, getting the 7.5.
Yeah, an effective run defense, an effective running game going against one of the worst run defenses in football, Cam. You always feel like this could turn out the absolute worst way, that Buffalo just got its groove during the bye. They win by 40, then you feel like an idiot. But I'm with Rob on Carolina.
I lean Buffalo, but this game is not going to make my list. I got to stick to who I am. A guy that just takes shitty teams and stops overthinking things. I want the fucking Saints as my gold pick.
Yeah. No,
this is my game.
Thanks, Cameron.
This is the fucking trap of all traps. I think the Saints, Tampa Bay rolls in there. Finally, the injuries catch up with them. The world's going to be on these guys. 4.5. They could read 6. People fucking go to the ATM machine betting Tampa. This is my spot. Divisional game, getting points. I think the Saints can win this game. Give me the fucking New Orleans Saints as my gold pick.
Saints plus 4.5 is the best number I can find for you right now. It has been bet. What's that?
I'll take it. 4.5. I want more, but I'll take 4.5.
Well, it's been bet down to 3.5 in a lot of spots. This is the game that has moved I guess away from what you would guess that the public sentiment this week is going to be, Rob, people really don't seem to like Tampa Bay. They're betting on New Orleans, which is always tricky when you're like, man, this shitty stinks. Let's get some money on them.
So, I was debating between the Saints and the Panthers for my gold. Tampa Bay put out the worst injury report I've seen all season for any team yesterday. It was as long as you could possibly imagine an injury report could be. Like, we already know the guys that are like Evans, Godwin, Bucky, even like Agbuka, his hammy's still not completely healed. But on the defensive side of the ball, Hassan Reddick, Greg Gaines, Levante David, Antoine Winfield, none of these guys practiced with injuries yesterday, and that's why the Saints caught money. I think that as long as Tampa Bay is going to remain like this beat up, you can't lay these prices with them on the road. I mean, the Saints have burned me before, and they may continue to burn me, but I don't agree with this price. Even Teddy Bridgewater was on the injury report with a teeth injury yesterday. How does that happen? I don't know, but he did not practice due to teeth yesterday, did Teddy Bridgewater. So I'm with you, Cam. I like the Saints in this one.
It's weird because you can still see it going the other way because Baker has one bad game. They played what it basically amounts to what is a top 3 defense. At Detroit, Detroit's defense was humming in that game, even down a few guys. It's still been excellent so far this year. Is this potentially just an overreaction to what all of us saw in a primetime spot? Now Baker gets to take on one of the worst defenses in the league, and even with Tez Johnson, that should be fine.
My opinion is that Detroit played last week's game without 5 cornerbacks and they're starting 2 safeties. Mm-hmm. And Tampa couldn't move the ball because they have no weapons on offense. Like, the wide receiver injuries, if there's one thing we've seen around the league for the most part, is like these cluster injuries at skill positions, they tend to matter. Look at Washington, another example. No McLaurin, no Debo, no Noah Brown last week. I don't know. I think it matters a lot. The Saints defense is bad. They don't get pressure. They're not very good. But at some point, you just need big players on the field to make plays on offense, especially if you're, Cam's getting 4.5 here. You need the Bucs to win by margin. I'm not. It could happen. To your point, Pat, it's the NFL. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Week-to-week basis, Baker can. But we're betting here on like what we think is going to happen. And until I see a healthier Bucs team, this is just a team that I would want to fade right now.
Now that I'm old, I've had to come to the fact that I just don't bounce back the way that I used to. I don't wake up in the morning feeling normal. And now that football season has started, that is absolutely unacceptable. I got work to do in the morning, and I got kids that are waking up. It's no good. But that isn't a problem anymore because I found ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol. The ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic, invented by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for the rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol the first drink of your night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel the best tomorrow. Go to zbiotics.com/Pat Mayo to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Pat Mayo at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund you your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/Pat Mayo and use the code Pat Mayo at checkout for 15% off. For over a century, Johnnie Walker has shared its bold spirit with the game of golf. Now, crafted with Devereux Golf, Johnnie Walker introduces the Johnnie Walker Blue Label-inspired Sunday Golf Bag, elevating the game with sleek design, blue label hues, and refined gold accents. Celebrate your hole-in-one with a premium Sunday bag crafted by Devereux Golf. Submit proof of your achievement to johnniewalker.com/blue-in-1. Please drink responsibly. Silver picks for week number 8 in the NFL. Rob, you're usually good at starting with this, so then I can follow with the one that you steal from me, and then I can't take that one, that I win my silver pick. So let's go.
All right. I'm looking.
Where'd you get that tracksuit, Pat? That's pretty sharp.
Yeah, it's just a hoodie. Got it at the Adidas
Fucking
outlet
amazing.
store. Yeah,
I miss my old Adidas shit. It doesn't fit me anymore. Rob,
Too
like
big.
my Blue Jays jersey. I have Lloyd Mosby. It's like a fucking baby tee. Like a chick who was naked in a mud wrestling contest would wear. Like, I can't even put it on. Like, it's like this big. It's like when I was fucking 8 years old. But anyway, I got to get some new merchandise. I like that shirt a lot, Pat. Very slick. You look
Thank
like
you.
a white rapper.
I am. That's my
Yes.
other job. That's how I pay. So I do the show to like mitigate the bad bets that I make so I can afford that. And then I have to pay for the rest of my life with my rap career.
Oh, fuck. You're obviously doing something right if you're going to Toronto to, hang out at a hotel and watch the Blues. Oh, sorry. I mean, you're going to Mississauga to hang out with me and go to Chuck's Roadhouse for $4 beers.
There you
And
go.
our bill, it will be $70 after
Yep.
a million shots. Sorry. Apologize.
But they'll add on like
Shut
that
up.
$3 whatever fee they add on to that bill at the end.
Rob,
You
I
notice
bought this. One of my buddies' women bought me a bottle of Wayne Gretzky wine. I think they're like remember when Ford's like, Crown Royal's not being made in Canada anymore. He's like pouring it out. I'm like, fuck, why do you put my mouth under that thing? You're actually pouring it on the ground. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with Wayner's wine, but I got a gift from a friend and said, hey, Cam, I know you like your red wine or whatever. Not a Malbec, but this Wayne Gretzky stuff. I bought her like a triple vodka. It was like $6. I'm like, what? This is amazing. I tell you, if you're drunk, this is your bar. Sorry, continue. Picks.
Yeah, I'm debating.
He's struggling
Cam, would you like to
me.
jump in?
Yes, I'd like to take the Houston Texans -1.5 as my silver pick.
I could probably
Is
get
that
you a minus.
crazy?
Feel like I could get you a -1.
Oh, I'll take it.
Let's
I
see.
just got I think it's a nice bounce back spot for them this week after a horrible performance against my Seahawks. I think this is a vibe play. I have no data to back it up. I have nothing. I just think they're at home. They're a better team at home. I think they can carve up the Niners. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about that game.
I just don't feel like the Texans can score, especially no Nico, probably no Kirk for this game. Like they're running out the last Noel and the wrong Higgins and Dalton Schultz. They can't run the ball. I get that there's injuries on the San Francisco front. I actually like San Francisco in this game. I know that's probably a very popular opinion to go with here because you see one team's record versus the other team's record. I just don't think that the Texans defense is so good, but I do think that the Niners can just win this game 13-10 and be on their way.
I don't know why I like this game, Rob. It was a game that jumped out to me. I just think it's a situational spot for Houston.
Yeah, I think me and you are having similar thought. That I didn't bet Houston here, but my thought last week after the 49ers game was I want to bet against this team next week. All three starting corners for them did not practice yesterday. They have some big injuries. The problem is exactly what Pat said. Like Houston's O-line has the best chance to hold up against anyone against this 49ers team. This is not a good 49ers defensive front. Saleh plays a lot of too high coverages, doesn't want to blitz a lot, just wants to put his guys into coverage. That's got to be like music to CJ Stroud's ears because the O-line sucks. But then they lose Nico Collins on Monday Night Football with a concussion, trending towards probably not playing in this game. And I just kind of soured on it. I'm like, I mean, Houston doesn't have a running game. They're not going to have receivers. I wanted to be on the Texans and I'm not. Let me just put it that way because San Fran's pretty beat up. So this is nothing for me.
San Fran beats everyone beat up though. It's not like they've been a beacon of health here through 7 weeks.
It's true, but it's actually getting worse for them. That's the challenge. Like it was just Nick Bosa, then Fred Warner. Now you got 3 corners. You're dealing with Bryce Huff left with a hamstring injury. Their center, Jake Brendel left.
So offensive line injuries are, especially against the Texans, is going to be a huge thing. Does it matter who plays defense against the Texans?
See, that's why I'm thinking that's why I can't bet the Texans because I'm not sure it does. That's the exact boat I'm in. I don't know that it matters. They suck offensively, and their OC sucks. Their head coach is way too like defensive minded, conservative. So no, that's
well, at a 1-point spread though, all I got to do is win the game. They don't have to cover that, right? So
let's
just
get a 2-0 Texans final.
Sure, I'll take it.
So would I for you.
It's a fun Niners teaser up, by the way.
Yeah,
there are +2s out there that you get to 8, and that feels, unless they just annihilate Mac Jones and he just pulls a Darnold and drops the ball in the end zone. Feel pretty good with 8 points against the Texans.
That's why I like the Texans game. I think Mac Jones, remember he threw a couple picks early in that Tampa Bay game. I could see the same thing happening. And Pat, when it's a spread like this, all they can do, even field goals and stuff like that. I just think they get good field position. They can nickel and dime their way to like a 6-point win. So give me the Texans.
All right, Rob, did you decide on your silver yet?
I did. I looked in literally every possible spot on the planet to see if I could get a 7, and I couldn't. But I'm just going to take the Jets at 6.5.
Ah, that was going to be mine.
I like the Jets too. Oh, we're fucking screwed.
I mean, there just gets to a point where even that a football team is so bad, like I know the Jets are, where you just see a number and you're like, I have to. The Bengals they have to win by a touchdown to cover a game. They were just 6-point underdogs at home to the Steelers last week, and now they got to win by a touchdown. Like, it's not a good Bengals football team. Of course, they have some matchups outside against the Jets corners. We won't even know who the corners are going to be that are playing as of now. Michael Carter, Sauce Gardner, Quantez Stiggers, they're all hurt for the Jets. But at some point, you just reach a price where you're like, I got to buy this. Like, Cincy is just not this good. They cannot be laying this price at this point in time. That's my entire handicap of the Jets. I'm not coming out here to tell you what the Jets are going to do well in this game because they suck. Their coach sucks. The team sucks. But at some point, the numbers just get insane where I cannot help myself. And this is the point where I cannot help myself with the Jets.
See, this is good because I wanted to take to the Jets with my silver pick. Now you've taken them off the board for me. So why don't we treat the Jets like we treat the Titans? What's the difference? Like that'd be I guess
Titans
my
are
counter
way
to
worse.
But I do generally, Pat. Like this one, when I saw the Jets open as like 4.5-point underdogs, I was already intrigued a little bit. I'm like, Bengals to win by margin? No. And then I saw it moving out further. I bought some 7 yesterday, even 6.5. Listen, it's not 7, but I still fine. I'm giving them my silver right now. Like, there just becomes a point where you say enough is enough. I understand that this team is bad, but they are being priced like, I mean, it's a combo here. I guess Cincinnati's been upgraded in market off the one Flacco game as well. Like, have we not watched all of Flacco's starts for the last 2 years? Every now and then he throws out a great game like he did against the Steelers. Him being able to repeat that has always been a problem. So it's just this combination of things where I'm like, yeah, okay, the Jets suck, but who the fuck are the Bengals? Like, to be laying these numbers?
It's true.
The Bengals also suck. Like, they won a game. Great game they played against Pittsburgh. Congratulations. I watched the NFL for years. Bad teams, they sometimes play a good game, and then you know what happens? It turns out that they're really bad teams still.
Is there a chance Cincinnati can win this division?
No.
Plus 450 are the odds right now because everyone just believes that Baltimore is going to make this run with Lamar Jackson coming back. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but it's not like I'm not wrong all the time and we're not wrong all the time that maybe, 2 losses from Lamar. And this was actually a good point by Cuss that, I would like to bet on the Ravens with longer odds, but the Bengals are just sitting there that if you don't believe in the Steelers and as the opposition of Rob's point on Flacco, he can just, he's been freed to, hey, all I need to do is throw moonballs to Jamar Chase. I can do that. And that's like an effective offense for them. All of a sudden, they could get back in this division. Like, they're not that far off. But they game back to the Steelers?
I'm just checking right now. So as a bettor, I never look at the division stand. Yeah, well, they're a game and a half because they're 3-4, and the Steelers
but they
are
beat
4-2.
Pittsburgh. But they beat Pittsburgh.
Right.
So they are a game and a half back, but they have that technical tiebreak right now.
Plus 450 is about 18%. I would say that they have a much lower shot than 18% to win the division.
I mean, their schedule isn't tough, and then Burrow theoretically is coming back.
Yeah, it was a 3-month injury when he left, so we're like looking at Burrow, maybe 14, 15, something like that?
Mid-December, but they have Jets, Bears, Steelers. Like, they could win all 3 of those games. I mean, they probably won't, but they could.
Well, yeah, but if we're looking at what they could do, like, we have to think probabilistically. Like, they're still going to be, they're underdogs to the Bears. Like, it's not like it's winnable. I don't know. I don't think the Steelers are very good, but they're
better than the Bengals, though.
I could not click the Bengals at 450. I couldn't make that click. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Throwing it out there. I couldn't find it. I just checked on coolbet.com where you can go to get some bonuses if you're in Canada outside of Ontario. Hit the description for that. Great Blue Jays playoff boosts as well, along with the PME exclusive boosts that happen every single week. Was a winner last week, Cam, at 4-1. That's always nice when the PME special ends up hitting. But I'm taking Atlanta minus 7.5. This is not enough points. And here's the fun part about Miami right now. is that Darren Waller has just been placed on IR. Malik Washington is banged up, and Jalen Waddle might not play. Sounds like a good combo for scoring points.
Yep. And their coach and their quarterback are taking shots at each other every week.
It's unreal.
Public.
It's just unreal.
Subtle shots at one another. By the way, Tua yesterday saying it's hard for him to hit some of the throws because he can't see over the. Maybe keep that one to yourself.
Exactly. Like what? Like don't tell me I can't throw over the line. Like did Drew Brees say, I'm a small guy, but I can still get it there. Like no, you're right, Rob. It's almost like saying in a fight, here's my weakness. Go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what? Like what are you talking about? It's that team is fucked.
Miami is one of those.
Up.
Yeah,
blow it up.
They're one of those
disaster.
teams. Like even if this ends up being a Kirk Cousins game, he'll still carve Miami. He will.
I am under the impression if they threw the ball 0 times against Miami, they could cover this spread. That 100%. Throwing it might actually be detrimental to them.
Miami cannot stop the run. I mean, they're going to be facing a very good offensive line and a very, very good running game. And that's just going to put them behind the sticks the entire game. And then Tua's got to move the ball through the air. And based off what I've seen out of the Dolphins post Tyreek Hill injury, they can't really move the ball that well through the air. So I'm with you, Pat. This is going to be like the quote unquote square side, the public Joe's side. Okay, I don't give a shit. Miami's terrible, man. They're a freaking horrendous football team.
Cleveland took them out to the woodshed.
100%. And that was a game again. Listen, inclement weather. It turned into like a running game, and that's not going to suit Miami very well. But they could not. Miami's trying to stop Cleveland's running game. They're stacking the box, and they still can't do it. It's a horrible matchup. Horrendous. I agree with you, Pat.
Number 1 pass defense for the Atlanta Falcons. They are susceptible on the ground, and it is Atlanta. They are the Atlanta Falcons. I think is the hesitation that everyone has on this, asking them to win by this many. Just asking them to win against a shitty team randomly anyway is never any fun. Like as favorites, I hate betting on them. As underdogs, I like betting on them, but I do feel like we're at a point in the NFL season, and I did take a bunch of underdogs this week too, despite my first 2 picks being -14 and -7.5. I'm trying to pick and choose which of the shitty teams that I want to go against or the teams I want to back, but it feels like outside of the Titans, they're not taking these bad teams as bad as they are, if that makes any sense. Like it feels like 4 years ago, this would be like -12.5.
Miami has something that Tennessee doesn't have. And I'm not saying this is right, but in that at one point, they were a highly functional offense. And I still think that there are some people who think that they can get there. I mean, they have some skill, like they have Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle, they have some play. I'm just not.
Okay, so what you're saying is that they have guys that people drafted on fantasy teams.
Bingo. At some point in time, people were like, you know what? They can get it going. They got the guys. They don't have the O-line.
They don't
have the quarterback. They got shit, as Cam just said. I mean, even though Darren Waller was like their new tight end red zone option, now he's gone with a pec injury for like a month. He's on they're dead. They're dead. I've watched the NFL horrible. Before. You never know what's going to happen. Like I said, I preface this every single week. If Miami won this week, you know what? It can happen. It's the league. But at this point, I consider them as dead a team as anyone else. And I don't buy into I don't really handicap based off of the narratives. I already think this is a great Atlanta number. At least it was better at 7, but 7.5 is fine.
Especially coming off a loss too, right, Rob? You know what I mean? It's one of those situations like the Niners beat them. It's like, okay, let's wake up and take care of business this week. I wish it wasn't 7.5, but they'll probably win by 17.
But or they'll somehow lose by 17 because it's stupid Atlanta.
Yeah, you never know what they're going to do. But it really feels like the Finns are
I think they're just...
Until McDaniel gets fired, it feels they're dead. It feels like everybody's just waiting for him to get fired, and they haven't fired him yet. And, that's just a horrible football.
Well, the move is to keep him the rest of the season. If the dysfunction continues, they end up with the 1st or 2nd pick. Then they can just draft to his replacement.
I agree. They will fire McDaniel, I think, more likely at the end of the year. They'll bring in a new head coach who contributes to the decision-making process. They'll find their quarterback together, and they'll rebuild at that point. What
is, Cam, the history of the Miami, in the post-Marino era? what is the history of bad arm Miami Dolphins quarterbacks? Like Pennington was their starter for a while.
Chad Pennington. They had Jay
Fiedler,
Fiedler.
AJ Feely.
Who else? Rob Fiedler.
Cleo
Pennington.
Lemon. Although he
Brian
kind of chuck it.
guys.
Yeah, they've had a lot. They had Trent Green. They had Chad Henne.
Oh yeah, Chad. I like Chad Henne.
Tannehill.
Brian Tannehill,
He-
former receiver turned quarterback.
The fact that he has been their best quarterback outside of that like 17-game Tua stretch when everyone was healthy, and that's a part of this too. Like Tua got hurt, and this offense just simply doesn't work without Tyreek Hill being awesome.
Agreed.
Did
They need him
Lucas
to
play
stretch
for
the field.
Miami too and the Jets?
Who?
Remember Lucas? What's his name? Yeah, he was a Jets quarterback. He could run.
Oh yeah. No, he didn't play for Miami. Oh yeah,
Oh,
Ray
I thought he
Lucas.
played
Ray
for
Lucas.
Miami.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He did.
He did play for Miami. I'm
No,
right.
no, he
There
did.
it
I
is.
remember Ray Lucas with Miami.
Yeah,
it was
see?
probably
I was
like
losing
early
my mind.
2000s. I was at mid-teens, but yeah, I mean they've had like Fitzpatrick's been kind of like the best guy.
You're right.
Right? I mean, I'm trying to think of who they've had since that. They had a season of Gus Frerotte.
They had a season of Jay Cutler. I totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah, Cutler.
Wow.
Hey man, wow, the Dolphins had some real winners.
Now this
Yeah.
can't be right. Did they have a season of Jay? No, that can't be right at all.
And,
Yeah. Jay Cutler played
Oh
like
yeah,
at
and what
least a
about
full year.
Double
For
M?
them.
Moops, Matt Moore,
Matt Moore. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Moore, Jacoby Brissett played some games for them in 2021.
Brock
Skylar,
Osweiler,
I forgot that. Yeah, that Josh Rosen started 3 games for them at one
James
point.
Rosenfels. What? John Beck's beer.
Yeah,
Oh,
John
Steve
Beck, tiny hands. You got to watch out for his tiny hands. That was always his deal.
Cleo Lemon.
I forgot about Cleo
God.
Lemon. Yeah.
I once
What is
started John.
happening?
I want to say in 2011, 2010, 2011, 2012, whatever it might have been. I believe I started John Beck for in a fantasy matchup, and I ended up losing by half a point because he played like one play, fumbled the snap, and got hurt and exited the game.
Wow.
Honestly,
what a list.
I cannot believe how bad this Tannehill is the best guy in that, but he was so bad with Miami. Like Tannehill didn't get good until he went to Tennessee. This is I cannot fathom how bad the quarterback play. When did Marino retire? Like
I'd say Joey Harrington was
2000?
one of the better guys.
Yeah, Marino retired what, 97? When was that Jags blowout?
No, it was
game?
later. It was like I think that was that Jags blow. It was 62-7. I think that was
That was his last
or
game.
99.
No, that was 2000,
Ah.
January 15th, 2000.
Wow.
That was Marino's last game, right?
Yeah, that was the last game he played.
What a shit show.
What a way to go out.
Oh wow.
Losing
tell
62-7 to the Jags.
That's rough.
That's a tough one. Could be worse. Could be doing fastest 60 seconds in sports every week.
I don't think Marino has like the capability to do that. Honestly, when you look at him, he looks like he has dead eyes. You see right through them.
Yeah.
I don't know how he had been on TV for so long. Like it was shocking to me. After being so personable in Ace Ventura too, he just kind of sits there like.
He's tapped out. It happens, I guess.
Yeah,
Aikman got it back. He's like Stella, got his groove back.
I like
and Aikman's had like 17 concussions in his career too. So I don't even know how he's been able to do this career resurgence. But yeah,
No.
Aikman being really, really like grumpy about Caleb Williams last week was actually hilarious on the Brock. Caleb
I love
Williams like
Aikman.
stiffed them they were supposed to do like some sort of pregame interview or something like that to walk through what the Bears were running. And I guess Caleb didn't show up. And Aikman was fucking surly, man. He was just roasting Caleb all game. I love that. That's my favorite Aikman, the vindictive one.
The vindictive one.
It's like when they fired Jimmy Johnson, right? And Switzer came in, and Aikman just was a sour, just complete sour ass for years.
Know what it is, Rob? Too about Aikman. Like Joe Buck looks at him the way you want a woman to look at you, longingly. And very like, I love working with Troy. He's my guy. The Hall of Famer, Troy Aikman. It's like, yeah, like he gets that guy beefs him up so much. Like before a fight, he's like, yeah, I'm ready to go, Joe. Let's do this thing tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta say that was one
ever looked at me the way Buck looks at Aikman.
One of the first things we learned in broadcasting school of being a host is to sell. It's almost like being a wrestler. You got to sell the people on with you. I mean, or you could do the opposite like I do to cuss, but either way, that you could you prop them up like, hey, here's, I mean, I don't say it like all the time, like Rob Pizzola, professional sports bettor, legendary Canadian broadcaster, Cam Stewart. Now we sell each other during the show, but Buck is the best at that. No matter who his color guy is, he makes them seem like they are the authority, they are the best. I think it's one of the reasons why, I mean, obviously he's a Nepo baby. He's still quite good as well, Joe Buck, being able to manage multiple sports, but he's very good at selling his color guy to lift them up. Like he carried Aikman for like 10 years on some of those Fox games, and now Aikman's kind of paying him back.
Now Aikman's got his back. He found his he got his second groove. So yeah, no, you guys are right.
What's also nice about Buck is as he's aged, he's getting like worse, but he still understands what's going on with the game, unlike a lot of the other commentators who are aging, and it's just like kind of sad. Al Michaels is the main example, right? Where it's like it's sad to hear Al Michaels.
Al's paid his dues, though. It's just one of those.
No,
things
I love
Al Michaels.
Al Michaels to me was number one for a very long time, but now he doesn't even know what players are on the field anymore.
No, does a good job.
Yeah,
the Sasquatch, Greg Olson. That guy's better than people think.
Olson should be in prime time. Olson is the best color guy in sports.
Can we make a trade? Can we trade like the Al Michaels and salary from Amazon to Fox for Greg Olson?
Oh, be a fantastic. Olson,
get her, like, I don't like
her.
I don't like Herb Street on Thursday Night Football either.
Oh, Herb Street sucks. And listen, you know what?
Like, if I just wanted to hear where people went to college, I could talk to my old roommate because that's all he ever talked about.
Or me.
Yeah, or Cam.
If I want to, Herb Street. I'm a dogs guy. I've had dogs my whole life, but even this guy is too much with the dog. I can't, like, every video this guy's posting on social media, it's like there's some places where you just got to leave the dog behind, my man. Like, if you're playing fetch in hotel hallways with your dog and I hear that from my room, I'm going to fucking come out and enough with the dog, Herb Street. I get it, man. You love your dog. I do too. But like,
they treat him like a fucking king too. Like when you're watching College Game Day, he's on a plane giving his pick still. It's like, dude, get in the air. Like you're already go to the game. I think the guys can handle it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and he's on these earbuds. It's all cracking up on the plane. It's like, fuck, like whose idea was this? Just get the pilot to go.
It's like,
get off the runway.
Yeah. God forbid we miss Herb Street's picks for a week.
Oh,
how are we
my
going
God.
to live?
I know. How's
the world going to go on?
They treat it like, oh my God, we can't live without, like, it's like, dude, we got 5 other fucking guys here. We'll be all right. Like it's weird. Anyway,
we'll just get Timothy Chalamet for another week to come out and give us some picks, Yeah. Jeez.
Anyway.
Bronze picks. We got more picks to give on this show before we get to Chalamet's picks. He'll be on next week. Jeff was supposed to be on this show, by the way. Thank you, Cam, for coming back last second. Jeff had to go to Disney today because he's coming home early so he can go to the Blue Jays World Series games. So his penance with his wife would be he has to take the baby with him back to Toronto, and he gets to leave early. But he had to go to Disney today.
Jeff lives a good life.
I know.
He lives a very good life for a guy.
The best life.
Like well, most guys I know with kids are so beat down and shit, but Jeff,
they're made.
Like,
beat down life. People.
What?
Wake up with a headache every morning.
It's tough.
And I'm not even drinking. I'm just waking up like, oh, God.
I told the guy I just want a side job at the candle factory. Like, I'll take cash.
Oh, they sold the candle factory a long time ago. It's not even in the family anymore.
So what is? There's nothing. Just like Russell Oliver. They just have piles of gold.
I think they have candle. I think they have candle money.
Candle monies.
Candle money, yeah. Money.
Oh.
Yeah. With I have to take one of these sleazebag teams that
sleazebag teams.
And let's see if I can get the best number possible. Shout out to you, 4for4.com/sharpstack. You just Google Sharpstack, but 4for4.com/Mayo will get it done for you. Kind of like your Cowboys this week, Rob.
I like Denver.
I don't want to take 3 huge spreads here, so I won't take the Chiefs with Mariota. But the return of Debo and McLaurin in that game, kind of like the Browns, but I feel like I get suckered into the Browns every single week. Worked out last week, not so much the week before or the week before that. I will take between the Bears and the Giants.
Okay,
I'm going to take the Giants. I'm going to take the Giants plus 7.5. AJ Brown's dealing with a hamstring injury. He says that he's playing. We'll see. Calf injury for Dallas Goedert. I don't think the offensive line has been that good. And we're in a spot right now where I think the Giants can keep these games close, if nothing else. Like, Dart's been not, like, excellent, but his style of play is conducive to scoring points, even against, like, pretty reasonable defenses.
Dart's been good. I mean, he has been. He is a functioning quarterback right now. You wonder, as, like, more and more tape comes out over time, whether that's going to continue. And that's kind of the challenge with these young guys. But going to Denver and having that offensive performance last week, that's a really good showing. So he's already beaten the Eagles. I mean, that's my only concern is they've already seen him once. I guess I'm also mildly concerned that finally Philadelphia had a passing game last week. They were attacking downfield. I thought Hurts played maybe one of the best games I've ever seen him play. But now we're getting to a point where, I just don't really want to do anything with this game at 7.5. I guess maybe I kind of lean Giants too, but I haven't bet anything here, and I likely won't bet anything here this week.
Haven't seen reports on Abdul Carter yet, but Brian Burns is going to play, according to him. Now, maybe he's lying, but he says that he's going to play in this game. I just think that Philadelphia is now getting, because of the offensive performance that we saw, Cam, that they're just a bit overvalued versus the team that we've seen all year. Now, if they truly are that offense that we saw last week against Minnesota, that sucks for me. Because they win by 30. But if they are the Eagles from every other week, it's going to be tough to cover a 7.5 point spread.
I agree. And maybe they inflated it. People are going to look here. It's hard to take the Eagles after the Giants absolutely beat their ass in on national TV, but they hung a number at 7.5 instead of 6.5 or 7. Does it feel like they're trying to get Giants money? Sports books aren't stupid, but Pat, basically, if the Eagles play like they did last week, the Giants are absolutely fucking dead. If not, then you'll cover. But it's one of those situations where they post a big number looking for Giants money. That is my opinion, but I'm not comfortable with this game at all.
I'm already regretting not taking Chicago.
Chicago versus Ron Raven?
Yeah, it was more that the Ravens are now being priced, I think, like they are the optimal version of the Ravens. We just don't know that.
Yeah. I agree. There's some uncertainty. We don't even know that Lamar is going to play. I mean, I actually think
he probably is.
Yeah, I know, but they had a bye week last week. And he comes out of the bye not practicing.
I'm switching the pick.
Not practicing. Very late to practice. Limited practice. Was out on the field 5 times for 5 minutes. I don't know. That is pretty concerning.
In the 4-year history of this show, I am pulling a Cam for the first time and switching my bronze pick from the Giants to Chicago plus 6.5.
There you go. You're allowed to switch.
Now Lamar's going to be healthy and post.
This is bad for the
90.
future of the show.
It is.
It's given Cam ammunition for another year now of switching bronze picks.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. I swear, I don't just switch bronze picks. I switch everything.
I did it before any of you guys made another pick, in fairness.
Pat, I don't want to be a pussy, but I'm going to, if we're all on the same team and we are a team in this one, Pizzola, I was going to take Denver against your Cowboys, but that Jets game is too much. I'm with you. I know we don't want to do the same picks. You guys allow me to do it. It was between Jets and Denver. You guys don't feel confident with Denver. I will take the New York Jets. We all like the Jets, and I think they can beat Cincy outright.
I have the same thing that Garion said, filling in for Jeff on the spread show. One of the reasons to take the Giants, by the way, is that Cust hates the Giants now, and he's
he really does, Pat. After we did that Sunday show, his hate for Jackson Dart and the Giants, it was a lot more than I thought.
He's so jealous that the Giants.
I think you're going to have to start referring to Cust by his actual birth name of Billy Walters, based off of the picks that he's given on the show. Is this his real record in the spreadsheet? 62 and 43 this year. This guy is killing it.
Cust is on fire versus the
Cust a professional gambler.
Holy jeez, man! Is this guy? He's been pulling the rope-a-dope for years. 10 years of priming accounts so that out of nowhere he could just rip it in the 2020.
No, I saw the newsletter too, Rob. I thought it was a misprint. I'm on the can going, that can't be right, but it is.
I'm Mayo, Jeff. Okay, right around 5. Cust. I'm I don't know. Did they confuse Cust and the coin? I had no idea what was going on here.
I thought the exact same thing. This guy's on a fucking heater.
Now do go check out the bottom of that cheat sheet, Rob, and check out his free money plays.
I've noticed that. I mean, this is the most this 6-point teaser he gave out this week is the most classic square 6-point teaser. It's take every favorite of 7 points and tease them down. That is an intense lifetime record on that one. Yeah.
We got to give credit where credit's due. He deserves the old Barry Horowitz. Good for you, Cust.
Yeah, he's killing it this year. He'll love that credit too.
He can't eat a chicken sandwich, Pat, but he can bet on football.
As his reward, he got an all expenses paid trip to Toronto for Game 1 of the World Series.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That's my gift to him for
what
being on the
show.
Unfortunately, that has cursed the entire Blue Jays franchise, and we can blame.
Hey, he said they're gonna get swept, so that's good news for us.
You know what?
Most employers are like, hey, You're not fired today. Keep it up. You're giving this guy trips to watch World Series games? What a fucking wow. That's wild.
Listen,
man.
we just got to shoot some content and we'll be fine.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Sounds
So Chicago for me, the Jets for Cam. Cam, it is worth noting that every time I have the official record here for over the past 4 years, that if you make one of your picks also one of Rob's picks that Rob has already taken, you are 0-31 in those picks.
that is, come on.
It's also
Fuck
not
off.
trit but it does feel that.
It's not, it's also not true.
God, I
Like, we
wish
used to
you
do
had
it all
gone
the
with like
time.
4-15 or something. If it was 0-31 was not believable, but 4-15,
Yeah, you
would
should have made
really
something like,
second-guessed
like a 22% or whatever. But anyway, if Broncos cover and Jets don't, then that's the end of this game. We'll give it a 1 week trial and see how it goes. And yeah, Pat, I'm still interested in that hangover cure that might be coming your way pretty soon. Send it my way.
Z-Biotics. I have to wait for the re-up of the sponsorship, and then I get more free stuff.
Just know, I got to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of commercials in my life, and that one, like, I'm your guy. You sold me. Like, I don't even need to talk to a representative. I don't need anything. Just send me the product, and I'm in.
I
Rob,
would also, I don't like I would also like some of that product. We used to have I won't name their name, but we used to have a hangover recovery drink sponsor with BetStamp, and they sent us 2 truckfuls of product.
Was it
Like,
great?
Yeah, but they went out of business. And
Oh.
we're out of product.
Well, Pat's
And
company's not going out of business.
No.
They know how to run the damn show.
Yeah, these guys didn't know how to run the show. You don't deliver 2 truckfuls of product to. I mean, I can see why they went out
You
of
sent me
business.
like 10
It's
like
like, oh
little
my God,
packs.
we're minus. Yeah, it's like, thanks. Do you guys want any money? No. We're giving it away. Give it a shot.
Rob, I hate to be critical of the Hammer Podcast Network, which I think does very good work, but as Cam pointed out, like, I'm really selling this stuff when I do the ads. You need to hire me as like your ad read guy, because your ad read guy just doesn't have any vigor behind it. It's like, we have to do, Cam would be a good one. Like, oh, we have to do this ad read. Not like, you need to get this right now, pal. All right? Are you sick of not feeling normal in the morning?
Exactly.
What's wrong with you? Get some Z-Biotics in your life and make yourself a better person. Do it. Code Mayo.
Pat, I'm clipping this. I'm sending it around in a work email tomorrow. I've told these fucknuts a million times. I'm like, Jesus, guys, like, enough of reading off the screen. Like, put some
you got to go
energy in-
listen. I drank 4 bottles of wine. I went to the bar. We did 6 Jameson shots, and I was absolutely fucked. I had to do 6 shows the next morning, but I got through it. Z-Biotics. You want to talk about? Screw orange juice. Screw Tylenol. Screw aspirin. This is your product. Take a couple of these, get it done, and I'll tell you, you're fucking good as gold. There you go. There's
Love
your
it.
fucking ad read. Me and Pat can do it. Tell these monkeys to fucking figure it out.
No, I agree. You know what? I can't argue.
I love you, Pat.
I can't argue with it.
We just no. Like, when you're having people to read your stuff, the part of it is like, you got to believe that, like, you're doing it. Like, it's like an athlete. Get out there and perform. Right?
All my staff is much younger than me. These guys grew up in a different era. You know, like, Cam, you listening to you do that, it was like, well, I was watching like a wrestler cut a promo. That's how, like, I think we grew up through that era.
We did.
And these guys grew up on their fucking tablets, and it's
Well,
just.
the bottom line is, I don't give a shit what era it is. It doesn't sell. You need to sell.
I'm with you, Cam.
There you
You
go.
know what?
Pat brought up a great point, and let's just
That's it.
hit it home.
We need a bronze pick from you first, Rob.
Yes,
Yeah. I have one remaining that hasn't had overlap, and I don't really love this, but it's bronze, so I don't have to love it. I'm gonna take the Packers, actually, -3 against the Steelers.
I like that too.
I know this is like the historical. I was like, oh, this is a spot for the Steelers, home Tomlin, home dog, and whatever, and this and that. I don't really care. I mean, I think we're benefiting from the Packers having not looked great here, but having a decent matchup against the Steelers. If you look at what's worked for Pittsburgh so far this year, it's Aaron Rodgers takes a 3-step drop back, gets the ball out of his hands extremely quickly because he doesn't want to invite any pressure whatsoever. And the one thing that's been working for the Packers all year, they do not have to blitz to generate any sort of pressure. They can rush 3, they can rush 4, and they can still get to the quarterback. So I think Green Bay will do a good job of taking away all these early reads for Rodgers. I think over time it's going to become a little bit too predictable. So I like that particular matchup. And also, I just think the Packers offense, I know they go through these up and down waves of, like, you're like, what the hell are they doing? But they've been way more efficient than people actually give them credit for overall. I think there's a pretty stark gap between these two teams. I think Green Bay is just much better all around than the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I will lay the 3 with them on the road.
I like the Packers as well, but you always have to account for Steelers' black magic, and
Voodoo.
they just win a game by 1 point for no reason.
I counteract that by playing Godsmack's Voodoo on repeat as I watch the games.
And they have the extra rest as well.
Yep.
Yes.
And they have 8 tight ends, and maybe that just works against the Packers.
It could. And they
sure
have
do.
offensive linemen tackling Aaron Rodgers when he makes big plays and him getting mad at them as well. I mean, I would get mad. If I was 41 years old and my O-lineman tackled me from behind when I was running to the bench, I might fucking lose it on him too.
Oh, there's I don't want to reveal too much behind the scenes here, but I'm on a text chain with Cust and a few other friends, and he's complaining about the Giants, Scattaboo, and Dart again in this chat as we go. He's saying that it's not jealousy. He's begging people for him not to say that because they're saying that jealousy is not a good look. Someone says, if Dart and the Scat Man were on the Jets, you'd be going out of your mind. And Gus said, I would not. I would be telling people to calm down with all the foolishness. Do you agree or disagree that he would do that?
He would have like a he would not do that. Let's be real here. He would be as excited about them as every single Giants fan is right now.
And the next comment is kind of the cherry on the cake here. The person in the chat just says, before the season, you called Justin Fields Kurt Warner.
Did you?
Gus did. He said this is basically the greatest show on turf with Fields as Kurt Warner.
Wow.
I mean,
these
one of those
comments
things
are
for
absolute
football.
garbage and shit, but his record is fantastic.
It's
so
true.
it all
I
balances
must be
out.
doing something right.
Yeah. I don't even care what he says anymore. Fuck. He could say the world is fucking a square. And I don't know his record. The guy's a professional gambler. Good for Cust.
Teaser. 5-2 on the teaser. That's looking good. I feel good about that. Should we go with the square? Should we go with Cust square teaser that he never wins, or we should try to mix it up a little bit, do you think?
Yeah, I would not want to go with Cust square teaser. I could start if you guys want. I like I like Atlanta in a teaser.
Yeah, Atlanta down to 1.5. I'm going to take San Francisco up to 8.
Can we take the Falcons down to 1.5?
Rob just did that.
We just did that approximately 4 seconds ago.
Did we really? Holy fuck, man. Wow, man, my brain's fucked. How about Jets at 12.5? Can we get there?
But you could. It's your. It's
your pick.
I'm there.
Jets 12.5 against Cincinnati. Yeah. That one does worry me because I just don't think the Jets. Listen, no, take it. It's your pick. There's a couple teams that I just worry about as being just because like the blowout potential if they start. It'd be like teasing the Titans up to 20. It'd be like, well, really, what's the difference at that point? They might just lose by
Cleveland?
40. Patriots
I think they
score,
cover
man.
this week. They almost made my picks.
I think they can cover too, but I do have this like, where do you beat every time that we've seen the Browns give up a ton of points this year? It's usually like close game, close game, close game, a lot like the Titans last week. And then something flips and they're just down. It's usually when they get beat deep. Now, New England is not New England
plus 10.5.
What?
No, well, that's like if we're gonna
Saints.
like
He's going Saints. He's going Saints. He's going
Saints.
Saints.
Okay, Saints plus 10.5.
I don't want to have these conversations about.
He was done with your breakdown of Cleveland, New England.
No.
You asked for your breakdown, but after 20 seconds was too much.
No. And I respect Pat's breakdown. I'm just saying I don't want to be like, there's teams that I liked or whatever. Let's just not fuck around and just take the Saints plus 10.
You sure you don't want the Falcons?
We could, but Pat was concerned with 1.5. Did I hear that?
No, you didn't hear Rob already picked the Falcons.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. I don't even know what the hell's Jesus Christ. Sorry. It's just oh God help me. Okay. I'm just so impressed with Cust's record. I'm just so rattled right now. I didn't realize this guy was like, it's shocking. Hey Rob, when I looked at it too, I was just like, what the fuck, man? Is this real? This guy like real? Like he's on fire.
Now, you have to remember, in the 11 years I've done the show with him, he's finished above 500 once. So,
well,
there's a half season left to go here.
Once I saw that this is not the way that we should think because it's all random and like no disrespect to Cust. I like Cust a lot. He's a great guy, but he's probably going to be expected to hit around 50% moving forwards. I'm not going to lie to you. Once I saw his record this week, I wanted to be on the opposite side of everything that he had on his card. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to line up with this guy. The regression's got to come at some point. I mean, he's almost 20 games over 500 going into week 8.
It's pretty damn good.
I know. Can
You
it
know
be
what it's
sustained,
been?
though?
Like Jeff and I have had some bad weeks, and we haven't like. I think I was 3-12 one of the weeks. Like I was like week 5 or something. I just had a horrible week. Jeff had a really bad one. Like, and Gus, I think his worst week is like 7-8, and he's just been like constantly 10-5, 10-5, 9-5, whatever. Like with the bye weeks might be, just been like consistently good all year. He's not getting a ton wrong, which sometimes it's not about getting them all right, Cam. It's about not getting them wrong.
You're right. You're absolutely correct, guys. So the guy, he's got to keep on doing what he does. Don't overthink everything. And, the guy's making fucking money. And he's getting a trip courtesy as his boss. So things are going quite well for Gus. And remember, he got a dessert with gummy bears on top. So, he's winning. Charlie Sheen style.
Well, you don't necessarily want to be winning Charlie Sheen style.
No, actually, I watched the documentary and it started off so well. And then at the end, I got very, very angry watching that documentary, actually. But I'm not going to get into this stuff. We don't talk about certain things and things that were very disturbing things. I don't care if people party. I care about the other shit. That was just anyway, let's not go there. This is a sports show.
I'll tell you what people do care about, because it is time for Cam Stewart and the fastest 60 seconds in sports betting. Let's go.
Hey everybody, I'm a Viking. I'm here to steal your woman and pillage you. Give me Minnesota plus the points. I know you like the pass. Give me Buffalo Bill. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Cust coming to Toronto. Ravens 6.5 squawks. Doom, 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 doom. What do I do this one? Doom, da, Snoop Doggy, dog pound. Give me Cleveland plus 7.5 Burks. Hey, I'd like to come to your bar and I'll have 1.5 shots of sarsaparilla. Give me the Texans. And Frank Falcon is squawking 7.5 times. Is that a falcon? No, it's an eagle. Same 7.5 squawks. Let's have sex. Dear Lord, I'm taking the Saints as my gold pick this week. It's lost the last 2, but we're going to get it done this week in the confessional. 4.5 times I have sinned. That's 14.5 horseshoes. Oh, I'm losing it, guys. Broncos minus 3.5. I love cheese. Put it on my nachos. 3 wheels. Packers. I'm going to tell you, you son of a bitch. You're going to go out there in the front lines. You're going to fucking kill those guys. Give me the commies plus 11.5. Take my orders. We're done.
That's some new ones today. That's good.
Yeah.
I think in the comment section, people should nominate team-associated sound effects for Cam just to help him out a little bit.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know what to do with commies. The horses are all the same.
I like your commies there. You went a little role-playing.
Yeah, listen, you
there.
son of a bitch. You're going to get out of this bunker and you're going to fucking show some balls and kill those motherfuckers. Yeah, that's commies or
Put
commanders.
yourself in the position of a real commander.
Yeah.
I like that one.
There we go. Thank you. I need help with my horses. I need help. But the Texans, you like that?
Texans
hey,
good.
barkeep, can I get 1.5 sarsaparillas? Like I don't know. I need something different for Texans.
I like that. I like this stuff.
Thank you, Pat. It's hard. I remember I'm doing this on the fly. There's no script. There's no nothing. So thank you.
Yeah, I know.
But 14.5 horses, like my heart started fucking flickering. I'm like,
I was wondering if you just didn't pick the Titans because you didn't want to have to take your shirt off again this week.
I'm done with that shit. Like that ship has sailed. No. If the Titans fucking cover this week, though, I'll be fucking. Are they ever going to cover a game?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It'll happen at some point. But we'll
Hope
bet against them the week
Hope
after.
it's not this week.
Exactly.
Well, let's see if Cust is on. No, Cust is on the Colts, so the Colts will cover.
It doesn't lose it. 60 or 13-0 week for Cust incoming.
You know what? Mayo, you and Jeff are like you're aligned on a lot, and Cust is opposite you guys on a lot. Like he's just like going against the grain. I wonder if he's just fading you guys at this point.
Well, we usually let him pick first, and it's not. And in fairness, it's not actually Jeff this week. It was Gary and role playing as Jeff because Jeff is away.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's not that hard to come up with Jeff's selections.
Is Jeff ever coming back?
Yeah, he'll be back tomorrow.
He's coming back for game 1.
Oh, cool. And he went to Disney World?
He went to the Chargers game last week. He was so distraught from watching the Daniel Jones move the ball up and down the field all week. He's like, I'm not going to the Thursday game. I'm done. I can't see this team play again. You can't.
And of all the games, the fucking Colts didn't even bunt.
Yeah.
What a fucking shit show.
Yeah, I mean, imagine his
Oh.
state of mind if he saw Carson Wentz move the ball up and down the field on his team. I don't think he would ever. I think that would be it for him. So I'm glad
I
he's coming
agree.
home.
Cam, I know
agree.
I know I always say not to do this, but did you bet on Will Gordon this week in the Bank of Utah Championship golf event?
No, actually, I took Alex Smalley. I took UNLV product
Kirk
Taylor Montgomery at 80-1. And I took my favorite fucking guy, because you know me, Pat, I need alcohol in all my picks. Steven Yager, even though he fucks me every week. But his problem is he can't hit fairways. They're nice and wide here at the Utah Bank.
Well, yes. See, that is the thing. And I think that's why people took him this week. But he does still miss him. If you missed, because I was going to say, Will Gordon put 3 balls in the lava on the first
Oh,
hole.
that's lava.
The lava. So listen, if Yager can put it in some dude's back pool, he can put it in the lava too.
Oh, that was the worst, Pat. I'll never forget that. I'm like, I got Steven Yager, and it's in the neighbor's fucking pool. I'm like, I just want to.
The worst part is, I had JJ Spawn to win that week.
Fuck.
At 100-1 in the Sony Open. He can't close that, and then dude wins the US Open.
Exactly. Golf's tough.
Tough
What do you
game.
like this week? Who's your favorite guy?
I actually bet Noren. I went
Oh,
with
no, I
Noren.
like Alex Noren every week. I have him for a top 10.
I went
and a top 20 and plus
Noren,
120.
Homer, Mark Messier, and Doc Redman. were my
Yeah,
four.
Mark Messier. Mark Messier. Fantastic. Good stuff.
All right, that will do it on the Best Bet Show. Roberto, what do you got going on for football this week?
I'm actually doing the live watch along tonight because I got someone to fill in for me on Monday for Game 7. So if anyone wants to watch Chargers Vikings with me tonight, that's over on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. And then obviously I have my show every Sunday morning, 11 a.m. if anyone wants to catch that as well. But generally speaking, if you like football and football bets and picks and stuff of that nature, just subscribe to Forward Progress as well. Set notifications. We're live like 5 times a week at the bare minimum. So got a lot going on over there.
I will be back on Friday with the DraftKings show. It's going to be Raza and I, and it's going to be pre-taped. It won't be live because I'm going away this weekend. Likely no Saturday show because I am going to be away. And then we'll be back for Sunday Night Live with myself, Cust, and Garion live in this studio Sunday evening. And we probably will not be doing the Red Zone watch-along because I might be in rough shape come Sunday. So that'll be back next week. Cam, how about you?
Yeah, things we got going on. I got a lot of different shows. We got college football on Sports Grid noon to 3. Some big games this week. Vanderbilt's really hot. Not just the Harvard of the South. These guys are winning football games. What else do I got? Sunday, nothing really. I'm just going to probably get drunk and watch the Blue Jays and National Football League. Monday, I'm with your boy Cameron too. Drew, I think we got a streaming thing going on too for the Monday Nighter. If that's, yeah, we do. So anyway, I'm a busy guy.
All right,
Hope to see you soon though.
Yes, that'd be great. I hope to see all of you back on the Pat Mayo Experience. Sub to Mayo Media Network. Turn on your notifications. That would be very helpful. And review and download the audio podcast. Spotify, Apple, wherever you get it under the Pat Mayo Experience. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!